This particular case is a scan neoplasm, and it was received in our consultation. It comes from a 69-year-old female with a scalp nodule that was clinically diagnosed as a basal cell carcinoma. As you can see here, the overall pattern is like a nodule, like a skin nodule, with the expansion of cells in the dermis, that is occupying the dermis, and it's heavily pigmented. So the pigment is so extensively and dark that it obscures part of the cellular details. But in spite of that, you can tell that there is no significant atypia. There is a lot of inflammation around here. And there are some islands of epithelial cells that are atypical and basaloid in its pattern. So we did a Persian blue that is confirming that this pigment is not hemosiderin. You can see here as a contrast some hemosiderin deposited among the lesion. And this is significant because it talks about perhaps a old hemorrhage or some sort of trauma. And obviously, this is melanin. CD45 with fast red is showing us that there are plenty of inflammatory cells surrounding this lesion. And here in this cut, you can see that there's also these foamy cells that are actually histiocytes. But most of the lesion, if you get focused to the pigmented cells, are negative for CD45. Pancytokeratin AE301 is more informative in the sense that you can see the strands and islands of epithelial cells with squamoid appearance, but you can see here a focus of really basaloid cells that I presume are the remnants of a basal cell carcinoma. But the areas in which the foamy histiocytes predominate, there is no expression, and the pigmented cells are CK negative or pancytokeratin negative. The phytophthora is also negative, but helps us clarify some morphological issues. It's not very informative in this case. A stain that is named HEA50 is a proprietary stain that was developed by a pathologist from Tunisia, and that since almost 15 years I've been using it to evaluate skin lesions. Highlights these strands of remnant basal cell carcinoma, and the rest is the pigmented aggregates that we have seen before. K67 with fast red is showing really low expression, meaning that this is not a proliferative pigmented lesion actually. And the PRAME, the PRAME in fast red is completely negative in this case. So it helps us rule out melanoma or any melanocytic lesion associated with this. As 100 in fast red is showing us some positivity, but these are small cells and are scattered cells, not our aggregate cells. So I presume that these are Langerhans cells or histiocytes that express S100, and it's not significant for any melanocytic diagnosis in this case. So this is a tumoral melanosis that was described since 1998 in detail in a seminal article. And there are some reports in the literature, mostly commonly related with regressive melanomas, but in this case is associated with a pigmented uh, basal cell carcinoma, which was also described in the original article and many other similar articles. So for reference, um, this is going to be signed out as a basal cell carcinoma, residual with a residual features with a node describing the lesion, and tumoral melanosis, and also with a comment stating that it is not related to any melanocytic neoplasm, but we are very prone to suggest a close follow-up in this patient in spite of all that. So this closed this case.